We have this example for linear equation. I copied this question from the June 1995 past paper. You must solve for P. What I want you to do right now is pause the video and solve for P. So go ahead. Alright, you paused the video. You solved for P. What did you get? Let's go through it and see. Alright, let's go through it together. Now, we have P minus 1 divided by 2 minus P minus 2 divided by 3. Now, there are certain things you could do. You could draw a line here and find the LCM. You could find common denominators. Now, what I'm thinking of right now is that you have fraction minus a fraction. Suppose you should multiply everything by a certain number. Could you have all the statements flat, no fraction? Yes, you could. Notice, if you multiply this by 2, you get rid of the 2, and if you multiply this by 3, you get rid of the 3. Or if you multiply this by 2, you'd have to multiply this by 2 as well, and you wouldn't cancel. You need to multiply everything by a certain number so that you get rid of the 2 and get rid of the 3. Just multiply by 6. 2 by 3 is 6. If you multiply this by 2 by 3, 2 would cancel. And if you multiply this by the same 2 by 3, 3 would cancel itself. So I just want to do that to get rid of the fractions. So I'm going to rewrite this. P minus 1 divided by 2 minus P minus 2 divided by 3 equals 1. So I'm going to multiply this by 2 times 3, which is 6. And multiply this by 2 times 3, which is 6. Multiply the 1 by 2 times 3, which is 6. Now, to backtrack a bit, notice here that I could just put everything here in a bracket and say I'm going to multiply this by 6. Alright? So everything here by 6 equals 1 times 6. You notice? We just put a bracket around and say multiply by 6, multiply by 6. And remember, the reason I'm multiplying by 6 is to get rid of the 2 and the 3 under here. Alright? There are other ways you could do it. If you want me to do it using another method, just put it in the comment. Now, if you should expand the bracket and have P minus 1 over 2 minus P minus 2 over 3, 6 would multiply by each item here. So what you'd have is this times 6 and this times 6, like I said at the first part of the video, equals 1 times 6. Alright, so you see that. So, here now, 2 into 2, 1, 2 into 6, 3. 3 into 3, 1, 3 into 6 is 2. And here I have P minus 1 times 3 because we now have 3. Now I don't want it to look as if I'm multiplying the 1 alone by 3, so I'll put the p minus 1 in a bracket. Minus p minus 2 is times 2, but it's not the 2 alone that I'm multiplying by 2, it's the p minus 2 times 2, so I'll put the p minus 2 in bracket. So you see that? Equals 1 times 6 is 6. Okay? Because of the type of question this is, it's a bit more difficult. It's a bit difficult. But it's a matter of following everything step by step. P minus 1 times 3. You multiply each item by 3, so p times 3 gives you 3p. Minus 3 times 1 gives you 3. Minus what now? It's going to be, now what you can do is consider this as plus negative 1 times. Alright? In order to avoid any confusion and mistake. 2 times p gives you 2p minus 2 times 2 gives you 4 equals 6. Then we have 3p minus 3 plus what? Negative 1 times 2p gives you negative 2p. You see that? Negative 1 times 2p gives you negative 2p. Negative 1 times negative 4 gives you positive 4, and that is equal to 6. So you see that? Now we have some numbers here and some p's. Let's shift them up, put the p's together, the numbers together. Alright? So you have 3p minus 2p minus 3 plus 4 equals 6. Now 3p minus 2p is only 1p, but 1p is just p. Normally don't bother to write the 1. Minus 3 plus 4 is a positive 1, so it's plus 1. Negative 3 plus 4 is 1 equals 6. Next thing, you're going to subtract 1. So it's p plus 1. Let me space that out a bit. P plus 1 equals 6. You subtract 1 in order to get rid of this one. I have p alone equals. But you must subtract 1 from 6 as well. So you get 5. So p is equal to 5. Let us carry out a little test to see if we are correct. We have p minus 1 over 2 minus p minus 2 divided by 3 is supposed to be 1. And we said p was 5. So if p is 5, this would be 5. If p is 5, we erase p and put 5 there. 5 minus 1 is 4. So we have 4 divided by 2 minus 5 minus 2 is 3. Is 3 divided by 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Is 2 minus 3 divided by 3 is 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Alright, yes, it is correct. Alright. So if you didn't get 5 when you worked it out, I want you to try it again without looking back at the working. Alright. So that will be it for this video.